Hi everyone, Gemma here. Thank you so much for watching today. So I'm going to be making this gorgeous double wreath or snowflake 3D gift box. So you flip it over and then open up the box and you've got access to treats. So on the first layer, I've just attached mine all together, and then I've just got access to the 6 boxes on the outside. But you could add Velcro on here and still have access to both boxes. So you've got 12 in total, so you could do 12 days of Christmas. You could add on extra and make this a larger snowflake. So you could do the 24, you could double up the boxes. I think it'd be really a really good fun idea for this Christmas season. So this video is in collaboration with Victoria Bunn, who is Helen Griffin's design team member for Simply Made Crafts, and she does a lot of work for Craft Stash as well, and she's a lovely friend of mine, so we decided to get together and do a Made to Surprise and Simply Made Crafts mashup. So we both love these brands, so we just wanted to show them off together in different ways. So Vicky's going to be doing 12 Days of Christmas, I think, and I've got this sort of double wreath snowflake 3D project. So the elements of Simply Made Crafts is the 3D gift box element, and then I've decorated it with Made to Surprise papers, Made to Surprise sentiment, and the Simply Made Crafts sentiment as well. So I think these brands just work so lovely together, and Vicky has made a wonderful project. I'm just going to add a little picture in here to show you what she's made. She's going to be using the Made to Surprise Cracker Tower die sets. Doesn't it look fantastic? I think it's brilliant. So I'll talk you through the elements I'm going to use in today's video. So as I said in the introduction, it's a Made to Surprise and Simply Made Crafts mashup. So Vicky and I got together and decided to do a collaboration video, and we thought it would be fun to use some of the newest collections from Simply Made Crafts and Made to Surprise in the Christmas range. So my focus will be the Simply Made Crafts element of this to create the double wreath, and Vicky's going to be using the Tower Cracker die set. So the Made to Surprise element is the pattern paper. So I've got the moving scenes. This is a lovely 5x7 paper pad. Got this gorgeous palette of snowy backgrounds, and I thought I would do sort of a compartment or box in every colour, and I thought it would make a really nice bright colourful wreath. Then I've got the Cheeky collection. This is the all sentiment stamp and die set. So I've got the word die and the shadow die in Happy, and then to combine that with Simply Made Crafts, this is the Christmas sentiment stamp set. So I've chopped up this sentiment here which says do not open until Christmas Day. So I've just chopped away the Christmas Day element, masked off the day, and then I've got Christmas, so that will give me my Happy Christmas sentiment. And then the main focus of the video is the Hexagon Wreath box die set. So unfortunately this has sold out, but for those of you that have bought it, you know, this is some lovely inspiration for you. If any of these other products are available, I will link them in the description box below for you. So let's get into the tutorial. So I've got the main element here, and you need to cut that 12 times to be able to make this double wreath. I've had sort of a bit of a play about with the elements, and I think it's a really cool shape, but you could also add more elements on this, and I think it sort of gives the effect of a snowflake. But you'll see as we go along. So I've run this through my die cutting machine, and you need to do that 12 times, and you just want to reinforce those score lines within your scoreboard. So I've gone ahead and reinforced those score lines. Pretty simple, just line it up to your track and score. And this just helps because I'm using 300 GSM and it'll prevent any cracking. We all got different pressures within our machines, so sometimes the score line might be lighter or heavier with others, so this is why I like to reinforce mine. So we're just going to start to fold and burnish along the score lines. So all the folds are mounting folds, pretty straightforward there, and the construction on this is very simple as well. Just the time comes in where you have to die cut 12 of them. But I think it's going to turn out really well. The vision that I've got hopefully will match up to what I create. So I'm just going to grab my quick grab glue and we're going to work on these 2 tabs here. So just add in glue on both of them. I like to do them at the same time. And then you just want to marry up the sides here. So bring them both together as you would with your sort of standard gift box. And just position that into place. Now, I found as I'm going along, because I'm not going to use anything to fasten the box closed. I want it to be able to tuck within itself and hold itself in place. So you really want to make sure that that edge is lined up. If you pull it out slightly, then you're going to have a wider box and it might not hold itself in place. So hopefully you're seeing that. You don't want anything like that. You want to really push it in, make sure that you can't really see any of that score line from the front of the box. You want that really smooth edge. And then just go in and press that down with your bone folder. Check you haven't got any movement. You're happy with that. And then you're just going to do the same on the opposite side. As I said, really simple and quick construction here. And again, just marry those sides up. And then we've got a gift box. We've got sort of 2 tabs here, and then this folds over and slots itself into place like so. As I said, if you're slightly off and you pull the sides out too much, then this won't hold itself in place. I'll give you an example of mine. So this one here is not locking into place, but because we've got 12 compartments, I think it's going to be too many for the wreath, so I'm only going to have the outer 6 compartments with treats. The others, so if you have got one or two of these that are not shutting properly, we are going to glue these together so that it'll hold its shape. So that's your sort of way around that. So I'm going to take my first 6 boxes and I'll just show you how to close this up on one of them, and then I'll just do the rest off camera. So I'm adding quick grab glue to that tab just inside there, and then on this section here. Just attach that inside, and those side tabs will grab, and then just like to rub it on my desk. That sort of gives it a bit of pressure. So I'm just going to go ahead now and glue the other 5 boxes together, and I'll come back to you. So all my boxes are now sealed up and I'm ready to attach these together. So what I've done is made sure that the open sort of edge is at the base and you've got this smoother transition at the top. It's entirely up to you. If you're just making a singular wreath like this, then I wouldn't seal those up. You can access them then from behind or underneath to get to, you know, the lovely treats that you fill it with or other items that you may decide. So I'm just adding quick grab glue all along this edge here. So you've got the longer edge, shorter edge, and this sort of sloped section. And we're going to attach these 2 boxes together. So I'm going to hold them in place. And while they're sort of grabbing on, I'm adding quick grab glue to the next section. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. And then I'm going to place the other box just alongside that. And then I'm just going to work my way around now, attaching all of these boxes together. So there's all my 6 boxes now attached, and I've brought in the 6 remaining boxes, and we're going to attach them with the lid section like this at the bottom. So I'm going to add them. So again, just checking that that's at the base. Like so. So I think you can start to see the sort of the snowflake coming in there. So for example, if I take this piece and add it to the lid, you could add it that way. Just bring it down a little bit. Or you can add it that way. And then I think you've got this really cool shape starting to form. So just taking my first box again, checking that the opening is at the bottom, because if you imagine they're going to be attached together here, so from the back you'll be able, when you turn it over, you'll be able to open it up this way to get access to the treats. So I'm adding glue along this section here, so where that lid is. You could add magnets, you could add Velcro, or hook and loop I should say. You don't have to have it closing like this. I think it will hold itself in place when the treats are added. So I'm just lining up those edges and attaching those boxes together. So really straightforward, just make sure that that opening bit is at the bottom, and then you attach the 2 longer edges together. So I'm just going to work my way around now, adding the rest of these boxes, and then I'm going to come back to you and talk you through the decoration elements of it and the sentiment. So there's all of the 6 pieces now attached. Doesn't it look cool? I think so. So you flip it over and then you can access the treats like so. And it'll all hold itself into place. So let me just talk you through the decoration. So I've got a piece of acetate I'm going to float along the center here. So I'm going to attach that using some red liner tape and add that just there. I've then got the sentiment Happy Christmas, and that's going to sit in that opening there. And then I've got the gorgeous pattern paper, so I'm going to use that to sort of cover up the acetate perhaps. So something like that. So I've cut the pattern paper using the dies that are included in the set. So for this box here, I'll just show you what I've cut. So I've cut the top or the two boxes. I've got a piece to go on the inside, and then I've got more pattern paper to cover the elements all along the side here. I haven't added oh dear, I haven't added or cut any pattern paper for the back. I'm just going to leave that pretty plain. So I'm going to attach the pattern paper with some Collab glue, the acetate with some red liner tape. Let me just give you the measurement of this. I am probably going to trim this down a little bit so that the ends can be covered. But it's 1 inch by 7.5. I'm probably going to take it down to 7. So I'll come back to you then when I've completed decorating this double wreath or snowflake. I think it's such a cool shape. I'm so pleased with how it's looking so far. So bear with me and I'll come back to you. So I've gone ahead and I've decorated my double wreath or my snowflake, whatever you want to call it. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just love this colour palette together. Then we've got the floating sentiment, Happy Christmas in the centre there. Just going to flip this over. I have changed it slightly on the back because, as I said, I haven't made this before, so I wasn't quite sure on the closing. So I've added Velcro, and then you've got access to the treats there. I think you'll be able to do this side as well, so you have it opening to the front and then still be able to access those treats. Initially I didn't want to add the hook and loop just because I thought it would be too bulky, but by the time you put the treats in, it's a little bit sort of heavy, and then the boxes start to open themselves, even though, you know, we've glued them together so that they've got a really tight closure. Just be mindful when you add in your hook and loop that you don't add it too close to the edge like me, so you've got this slight overhang, but you won't notice that from the front. And all Aria will be interested in is what's inside, which is Reese's Pieces, one of her favourites. So I hope you've enjoyed the collaboration between Vicky and myself. So a Major Surprise and Simply Made Crafts mashups. This isn't sponsored by Craft Stash. We've just decided to do it by ourselves. So if you have enjoyed the videos, then please hit the like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channels. So share that love, guys. Vicky shares some wonderful content on her channel, so do go over and check out her video, and don't forget to subscribe to her channel. If any of the products are still available, then I will link them in the description box below for you. I hope you have a lovely crafty day. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.